You look just fine.
Thank you.
You look like you're having a great day.
Thank you. I am.
You look like you're blessed. You look like the Lord is all over you.
Do you hear me, Shonda?
Hey, you look like the Lord is all over you.
Do you hear me?
I hear you.
Because he surely is.
Hey, that's a good thing. That's the best thing. That's the only thing.
So listen, real quick, I need you to. So yesterday I asked a question. The Bible says that a man that finds a wife finds a good thing, right?
Okay.
The question was, then what does that make the man? If the woman is a good thing, what is the man?
The man is a great thing because he's the leader. He's the head. He's the godlike. He's the one to, he's the leader of the home. So he's the great one.
Okay. Okay, so you consider the man in your life to be a great one?
I do.
Do you treat him like he's a great one, though?
I do. I believe that I do. I believe I treat him, it's a representation of how he treats me. I'm mirroring him.
Okay, but I'm just saying, you know that's very subjective now. You know that, right?
How so?
Because we might ask him, and if he was transparent and vulnerable, he might not agree that you treat him like he needs to be treated or desires to be treated.
Well, I don't think that would be true. I really don't.
Listen, I don't friend. I didn't say it's not true. I said it's subjective. Key words.
Okay. Okay, we can agree with that. I can agree with that.
I'm a very smart man. Just because I work out and have this certain aura that has nothing to do with my mind.
Nothing. Absolutely not. I've watched your videos before. I like your mind frame. So absolutely, yeah.
Now, this favor that he gets from the Lord, what favor does a man receive from the Lord?
What favor does he receive from the Lord as far as the woman or just in general?
The Bible says that a man that findeth a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor with the Lord. So what is this favor that the man attains from God?
By him being obedient to God, anything that he wants. It's a mindset. It's a mind frame.
I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
But it's not talking about being obedient. It's talking about finding a wife. So if I don't find a wife, that means I don't have favor?
I think now we have to use like a little bit of common sense in there. You know, that does not. No, I don't know. That does absolutely not. He's just basically letting you know that you don't just have favor in finding a wife. That's one of the things that will give you favor because it'll keep you. I think the marriage relationship it keeps us disciplined. It can keep us disciplined. Do you agree or no?
No.
Do you agree?
Oh, you said it, so I would need you to explain it with me. Once you explain it to me, then I can tell you if I agree or not.
Okay, discipline as far as peace of mind. A favorite woman can bring peace of mind to the home.
So you said that a favorite woman brings a peace of mind to the home. Now, does the average woman bring peace? Do you assume? Now watch this. Hold on. Watch this. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna ask a question and let's see the men responses. And I want you to respond to the men that are in the comments. Men, not women.
Okay.
We know we're gonna have a hard time with this. Women, I don't want y'all to type it out when I ask this question. Men.
Okay.
I'm talking to married men and single men. Does the average woman bring peace to a home? Yes or no? I need all the men watching. I got 162 people watching. I need all the men. I need ladies. Do not comment. Men, does the average woman, married or single, bring peace to a home? And I'm talking to the fellas. Now, based on what they type, we can't argue because these are men speaking.
That's right.
So I want you to respond to what the men say.
Okay.
Men say yes or no.
William says no. Let me go back up and William says no.
That's total. We got 3 no's. We got 4 no's.
Woo! Ooh. Oh my goodness. I guess my question is, what okay.
7.
Oh wait, I gotta go back up to the comments.
Okay. Oh, I'm counting, baby. We got 7, 8.
He said, hell no. Oh my God.
Nope,
and it is sad to say that, Aunt. That really is. Jerry said yes.
10. Hold on, I'm counting right now.
Okay.
11. We have 11 no's.
Who was that said the average woman? What 12. Is the average woman?
So, this is what I'm saying.
Okay.
And when I say, see, men, 13. I didn't have to break this down to men.
No.
Right? I didn't have to break it to men. And men already understood the concept of what I presented to them when I asked the question. And when I said that, I'm referring to a man's average experience from his relationships and the people that he in the ladies that they've dealt with. The average experience. Right? Now, I didn't see a yes. You say you see a yes. I seen 15 no's.
I saw one yes. I did. I saw one yes.
I'm looking at 19 no's because I've been counting them in my head now. So this is what so the consensus of men, you can't tell us that we wrong. There go 20.
I can't. That's your experience.
You got these men who I've never met in my life. You've never met in my life. And then guess what? Across the board, you got men saying that the average woman does not bring peace to her home. Now, you said that a favorite woman would bring peace to a home and to a relationship, right?
Correct. I did.
Men just said that's not their experience. So across the board, we got men saying, no, that the average woman, their average experience when they're dealing with women collectively, according to what they've experienced in life, women don't bring peace to the home. So what is your response to that?
My response is if that's what most of the men are saying, then we have to do better as women. We have to do better to communicate, to see where the breakdown is in the relationship, because ultimately I think most people want to be in a relationship, in a commitment, in a marriage. And so it's important that we communicate with our men. And I think that if that's how they feel, we're not communicating with them properly.
Matter of fact, last night I made a post, and you need to probably, and all the women that are watching this probably need to go back. I said, man, what are 5 pieces of information?
Okay. I'm listening.
I said, men, what are 5 pieces of information would you give to women? And I said, be transparent and don't hold back. I got a whole page of men, because this is what women don't understand. It's easy for women to try to hold us accountable, but when we try to hold y'all accountable, y'all want to move the goalposts.
Yeah.
Women always want to move the goalposts and don't want to take accountability. Right?
Yeah.
Now,
right.
Up here talking about this conversation, and you're going to have women that watch this video and going to have a problem with a man's experience, saying that, you know what, the first thing they're going to say, well, maybe you picked the wrong woman. That's not always true.
That's not always true.
And
we don't get to dictate your experience.
Thank you.
We don't get to dictate that. We don't get to dictate your experience. We don't get to dictate who and what you determine as a great woman, as a favorite woman, as a woman that you want representing you.
Listen, let me say this. She could be a good woman, but that doesn't mean she brings peace, though.
You're absolutely right.
Remember, the context, we were talking about bringing peace. Mm-hmm. So you can have a good woman, but she don't know how to talk to you. So the fact that she doesn't know how to talk to you, we interpret that as she's being disrespectful. So the only thing she has to do is just it's not about what you say, and I try to tell women this all the time. It's not about what you say, it's how you say it.
And the tone that you say it in, am I correct?
You listen, I tell women this all the time. If your man out at work, if there's a situation where you have an issue with him and he's at work, he might be He might be having an issue with his boss. He might be having issues with some employees. You never know what that man is going through. And as soon as you call him, and as soon as he picked the phone up, you yelling and screaming.
Yeah.
You yelling, screaming, and fussing. He's not going to be receptive to what you're saying. And then watch this. Not only that, then the woman is going to feel offended because she's going to say, "You were not listening to me."
Mm-hmm.
And
I agree.
It's not that I wasn't listening. It's the fact that men, we process totally different from women, right? We process totally different from women. So in the midst of my processing, I'm going to make the main thing at the time. And if I'm at work, the main thing is my job, because at the end of the day, I don't want to put myself in a position where I'm going to get fired or et cetera, et cetera. Because if I get fired and come home without a job and tell you that I got fired, you know what? The average woman not even going to be sympathized, because you know what? She worried about her feelings and what she was trying to convey to him over his experience. And that is so sad. And I wish women would get out the comments making excuses. You got men saying that, guess what? That the average woman don't bring peace, and that's a problem. And women need to look themselves in the mirror and say, you know what? Maybe I do need to try a different approach and change, or at least try.
The thing about it is, self-examination is the hardest. When you have to look in the mirror and someone is telling you how that you've made them feel, and you have to look and examine yourself, it's hard for some women to do that. They can do this, but it's hard for some women, and that's very important, that self-examination, when you can sit, because, you know, in learning and growing and just dealing my experience with different men, you know, men are very, very simple. You all are very, very simple. I'll be 46 this year, and I'm yet still learning and yet still growing. And yes, I had a father, an active father in my home with my mother my entire life until the age of 28 when he died. And so men are just really simple. And we have to learn to listen. We have to learn to listen and not respond. A lot of times, and I want the women to understand, I'm a woman, so I'm not beating you down at all. I'm telling you, just like the men are speaking their truth, I'm speaking my truth and what I have experienced. And one thing I will say is, my friends or my family will never say that I have said that there are no good men, because the men that I've experienced in my lifetime, I was married before. So, he just passed in December. But I have experienced some great leaders, starting with my father. I have experienced great providers. Provider not just being financial, provider being mentally, financially, and the spirit man. So I have experienced some very, very, very great men in my lifetime. So we just have to learn to come together and be receptive of what we are saying to each other. I'm not reading the comments of the women, but you know, if the men are telling us this is how they feel, we have to sit and listen and not respond all the time.
But you know, the issue is that we're not supposed to have feelings, and then women will say that we don't embrace how y'all feel about certain topics and certain things. But when we try to be vulnerable and open up, our feelings are not even considered at all.
The statements are made like "man up" or, you know, you're a punk, or so I get it. I do get it. But this communication thing, and especially with all people, but I'm a black woman, you're a black man, so that's my focus first. So between black women and black men, we have to do better, y'all. We have to do better. Okay.
I ain't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, you're good.
But with all these men saying that the average woman doesn't bring peace based on their experience, what is the last piece of advice you would leave for the women to first of all acknowledge, second of all make the attempt to bring peace to the men that they deal with based on the consensus of this platform today?
What I've stated before, listening. Listening is everything. Listening to understand and not to respond. If you have, what's the number that you gave? If you have 90% of the men saying this one thing, then we as women have to step up and listen and be open and let them be open and let them be vulnerable to how they feel. And we can't say this is not how you feel. We don't have that right.